We used to be a real country. We used to make movies about murderous crazy women, Basic Instinct, Fatal Attraction, and of course, Play Misty For Me. The murderous crazy woman has maintained some foothold in 8-part true crime dramas on Hulu, but then her craziness and her murderousness is usually couched as some sort of reflex against the patriarchy, or as a lashing out from the dark heart of white suburban ennui.
Man, they gotta go to their jobs. We just stay home and... God, that's supposed to be enough.
There's often sprinkled throughout an almost celebratory hell hath no fury feminist undertone. But what if it's not patriarchy? What if it's not white suburban ennui? What if she's just a crazy bitch? It's true that in the murderous crazy woman past and present is the titillating subversion of the sexes. Generally men have a monopoly on violence. For every Eileen Wuornos, there's a dozen Ted Bundys. So in a film like Play Misty For Me, there is that subversion of the victim becoming the victimizer, the penetrator becoming the penetrated, and so on and so forth. Clint Eastwood has faced down gunslingers and banditos, he's gone toe-to-toe with violent crooks and serial killers, but he's never appeared more in over his head, more out of his depth than when facing down a 90-pound woman.
Don't leave me! Don't leave me! Nothing! Nothing! I love you!
Get her out of here, man.
Please, I did it because I love you. Don't you understand?
Come to think of it, Play Misty For Me is maybe one of the few films that's able to strike real terror into the hearts of men. You ask a guy what he would do if he had to fight the mob or a serial killer or werewolves, and more than anything, he's probably gonna get excited. He's gonna go hell yeah, and he's gonna imagine himself as Luke Skywalker or Jackie Chan or MacGyver. He's gonna imagine himself as Dirty Harry, but confront him with an overly emotional woman, and then he might start to panic. Clint Eastwood in his directorial debut stars as Dave Garver, a California disc jockey with a terrific head of hair. Now Dave, he's a bit of a bohemian. He likes jazz, he likes poetry. He lives in this crazy cliffside house where he has a pond inside. I don't know what's going on really. Anyway, one night Dave meets an attractive woman named Evelyn at the bar. He takes her home. Already this lady starts giving off some red flags.
I didn't have a date tonight. I went there because you talk about it on your program sometimes, and I wanted to meet you.
Then Dave figures out that this is the same woman who's always been calling in and asking for the song Misty. Some alarm bells go up, but hey, what's the worst that could happen? He's Clint Eastwood. He's got a full, luxurious head of hair, and Evelyn, she's just a little lady. What's the worst that could happen? So these two hook up, and Dave, he says no strings attached. It's California, it's the 70s. Not too long ago, the birth control pill had been invented, ushering in a new frontier of free love, of no commitment, no strings attached, sexual adventure.
And you don't want to complicate your life.
That's exactly right.
Well, neither do I. But that's no reason we shouldn't sleep together tonight if we feel like it.
But, as it soon turns out, there are some strings attached. There are. What was supposed to be just a casual late-night liaison soon becomes a spider's web of obsession, jealousy, and murder. In Play Misty For Me, you can infer a sort of rebuttal to the then burgeoning free love post-pill sensibilities of the 1960s. More than just a crazy stalker, Evelyn arrives as the sort of deformed ego of unchecked liberalism, a petulant attitude of I want what I want and damn the consequences, taken to its most neurotic extremes. Evelyn's the venomous underbelly of women's liberation, but also of the post-pill male libido. She's a cautionary tale not to stick your Eastwood in crazy. On the one hand, Dave is a bit of a cad, a womanizer, but on the other, you can't really blame him for taking the modern liberated woman at her word, for playing the game of detached romantic aloofness. Later, Dave rekindles a romance with his ex-girlfriend Toby, a woman he actually loves and cares for, and then the film presents a real clashing of ideals. The dark forces of neurotic free love ego versus the ennobling ideal of responsible monogamous pair bonding. A venomous battle of the sexes versus a concept of male and female founded on cooperation and compromise. That and sex scenes in the woods set to the smooth sounds of Roberta Flack. To be clear, none of this is about Dave or Toby abandoning their bohemian lifestyle altogether. In fact, one of the things Evelyn seems to infect is Dave's love of music and poetry. Do you think he's gonna want to listen to Misty ever again? Is he going to want to read Edgar Allan Poe? The liberal feminine psyche is further revealed in the way Evelyn leverages guilt or pity as power, the way she manipulates Dave using her own misery. One night she shows up on Dave's doorstep unannounced, and after he politely but firmly tells her to stop it and go away, she locks herself in the bathroom and slashes her wrists. Afterwards, Evelyn is so contrite and so deflated but so obviously still a danger to herself that what's a nice guy like Dave to do but break off his date with Toby so he can stay up all night with Evelyn to make sure she doesn't try to hurt herself again. This is a great bit of drama here. There's a lot going on. This moment serves as character growth for Dave. It's another step towards him putting aside the more selfish, frivolous parts of himself and accepting responsibility as a man. As the audience, we see this scene and we worry for Dave's relationship with Toby. We hate Evelyn for throwing a wrench in it. But then at the same time, the scene also makes Dave more deserving of Toby as a partner. It shows the sincerity of his intentions, his willingness to accept responsibility. Dave is in large part doing the right thing. See the movie The Apartment for a more positive rendition of this scenario. We sympathize with Dave because yes, he's trying to do the right thing, but we can also see what a lost cause it is. We know Evelyn has got his nuts in a purse. We know that while Dave's heart is in the right place, he's probably only going to make things worse. Because in the end, all Evelyn really wants is attention. The cuts on her wrists, we're told, were only superficial. It doesn't matter if it's pity, it doesn't matter if Dave is just trying to be nice. Evelyn is going to do anything to ensnare him, to get his attention. It doesn't matter if the attention is negative or not. As Dave is confronted by Evelyn's increasingly erratic behavior, you can practically see the gears turning in his head. He's trying to navigate his destructive potential as a man. He's trying to navigate his own self-destructive libido. He's trying to navigate a societal obligation towards chivalry and decency. He's trying to navigate a culture which is more likely to rush to Evelyn's defense than his.
Having some trouble, lady?
Get lost!
Yeah, get lost, assholes!
And Evelyn, meanwhile, either intentionally or instinctually, knows just how to leverage all that to get the attention she craves. At the end of the film, then, comes a triple reverse Uno moment of gender subversion and the incredible catharsis of a man punching a woman in the face. In defending himself and his girlfriend from this knife-wielding maniac, Dave punches Evelyn and sends her falling to her death. In doing, cutting through all the socialization, all the neurosis, all the good vibes and free love, and reasserting a world ordered by violence, or more often the withholding of it, by those most capable of committing it. Sure, it sounds grim when you put it like that, but it doesn't make it any less true. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you think, subscribe if so inclined. I write books if you like books. I've put out a new book recently called A Better Alligator, and it's pretty good, I think, and I'd be delighted if you would check it out. In conclusion, Play Misty For Me is a really good movie. Oh boy, the kids are gonna flip when they see this. Incredible expanding alligator. Just soak it in water, it says, okay.
What is this? Is this a book? Nobody reads books anymore.